Hi Giovanni.
Hello.
Just wondering, how are all the players after last night's exertions? All came through okay?
Um, well, physically, was a tough match, but we came in after the game. We have some concerns, with John Lundström. Some problems with his ankle, and we had to take Aribo off as well. So we are assessing them today and tomorrow to see if they are able to be involved on Sunday.
Does that give you a chance on Sunday to give some others a chance? I suppose Aaron Ramsey's one of the players that comes to the forefront, an unused sub in the last two games.
Well, I mean, we have a big squad, so eventually I will, see who's available for Sunday's match, and then also see the opponent, and then I'm gonna decide which place to start, which game plan. But at the moment, it's still, the process is still going on. So when all the pieces are together, we will eventually. Make up a strong lineup because we want to be in the semi-final after the game.
After a high like last night's game, how do you get the players' feet back on the ground and refocused and refreshed for the Sunday match?
Oh well, we have to rest well and recover well because it's only 2 days. But I think their mindset of the players is fantastic. So I don't have to say anything, because the players who played, they're in recovery modus today and even tomorrow as well. The other players we trained with them today had a good session. So eventually everyone has his own program. Make sure that everyone is fresh on Sunday.
How pleasing is it for you as a coach to watch the players be able to swap out of different positions and formations so easily, so straightforwardly as they did last night?
Well, it's always good to see your players performing. We put a lot of time and energy in preparing the team, the players as well, with the training sessions, with the meetings, and so it's always good and nice to see when it all comes together in the game. And as we especially see in Europe, we had to adapt a lot of times to the opponent. Some players, they play different positions, but in the end, I think we're very pleased with the players at the moment, and I think it's the right way to go forward in this manner, and the way we've been playing tactically, but also I think our character the last games was really well, and it starts with that, and then if you have also the tactical awareness in games, then you have a high chance to win games.
Hi Giovanni, just on your reflections of last night's match, I just wonder what you think from your players in terms of what makes them find those extra steps, those extra gears when it comes to those Thursday nights, especially at Ibrox.
Well, I think it's not a specific one thing, but playing in Europe is always special. I felt always. Especially when I was a player to play, and as a manager I have the same, because you're gonna play against big teams. You play against teams from different countries. It's another podium for all of us, for the club as well. So and again yesterday at Ibrox, the atmosphere was fantastic. You can feel that on the pitch, and I think that we're performing really well at the moment in Europe, and so our aim is to go to Belgrade next week and try and work hard to be in the next round after the game. But I'm really pleased with the performance yesterday.
Just looking at the weekend and just looking about most games after Europe, how important is it not to allow not to allow the sort of levels to drop, not to ensure that there's no slip-ups from a Thursday to a Sunday? And will that maybe mean that you have to refresh some of the squad and just ensure that there is that, constant reminder that those levels have to be up there?
Yeah, well, it's repeating everything you've done, in your meetings. We're one game away from the semifinals, so a cup competition is very important because it's the quickest way to a major prize. It's been a while since we won a cup in recent years, so I think we have everything to play for on Sunday, and it's for us to park Europe and switch to the domestic cup, and but we're all preparing well for this game, and we have to again we have to be there on Sunday and make sure we go to the next round.
Last night you played Glenn Kamara in a fairly advanced role where he basically tied up two of their guys for most of the evening. Is that a tactic you'd like to employ more regularly, or did you play him like that specifically in response to how you thought Red Star would play?
Well, I think it's Glenn is very, very versatile. He's a very dynamic player. Like, he can play all positions on midfield, and so for me, it's a possibility to play him in that role. But it depends on the opponent, and so we have a lot of midfield players in our squad, so I can switch on midfield and play defensively strong. I can play a really offensive midfield, balanced midfield. So I'm really happy with the strength and depth on midfield because it gives me a lot of options to choose from, and so I think the role Kamara played yesterday, in combination with Ryan Jack and Lundstrom, but also with Aribo, I think worked really well. So yes, it's definitely a position he can play in the future as well.
It might sound a little bit strange after a 3-0 win, but I thought that Red Star are still a very dangerous side. They'd had 3 goals chopped off, they had a penalty, they hit the bar. When you're going to Belgrade next week, how are you going to approach that? Because I think there might be a natural overconfidence in having the 3-goal cushion, but obviously you've got to be wary that they don't get that early goal, which can make it a tie once again.
Yeah, it's as I said before, we're only halfway. We have the game still to be played next week in Belgrade. As I said, after the press conference, we could see the quality of Red Star yesterday. The 3-0 victory we are really happy with, but I didn't think it reflected the difference in level yesterday. It was much more even than the score would say. So we are preparing well for this game, and because we already played them, we know much better their strengths, their weaknesses, and I have a much better view of the opponent now, because you can see videos, you can see games, but once you played against them, you have a much better feeling about the opponent, which we had also when we played against Dortmund. So as I said, we're gonna work hard for Dundee, and on Monday we're gonna work hard for Red Star and make sure we are really well prepared for everything that will come our way next week, because it's going to be I think a same game, with a great environment, but now of course we're playing away, so we have to be ready.
Hi Giovanni, I wanted to ask about the Europa League in general. Obviously, yourself as a player, you know what it's like to go and win tournaments. You've won some of football's biggest prizes. How far do you think this group can go? Because from the outside looking in, obviously last night was another fantastic occasion at Ibrox. The confidence and belief just seems really high.
Yeah, well, it gives you a lot of positiveness, the game, because we had a great result to take with us to Belgrade. We're at a stage where there are very strong opponents left in the tournament. and you know, it's still far away, the final. There's a lot of games to be played still, and you know, for me, the most important thing when you're in Europe, you have to be every game you play, every tie, you have to be there. You know, one slip up of one night where we aren't there, that can cost you, you know, your next round. So you really have to take it game by game and make sure every game we play from now on in Europe, we have to be 100% focused. We have to be ready physically. You know, we have to be dynamic. You know, it's playing in Europe. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions you have to make in split seconds as a player. So the most important thing is when we are there next week and we reach our level and the way of playing, you know, we have a big chance to go to the next round. But, you know, any team now left in this tournament can win it in the end. So we just make sure, you know, the team who will win it is mostly the team who played all the games, you know, on a high level and don't make mistakes. But as I said, next week is another goal for us, and we are doing everything to go to the next round.
And just finally, there was no Scott Arfield in the squad yesterday. Just wondered how he is, if you've got any update on him. Is it injury related to his absence?
Well, he's unavailable, so hopefully we will see Scott back on the training pitch in the next few days. So I think we will be available for the game again on Thursday against Red Star.